what caught my curiosity and was why I support you guys so much, because you're actually giving back to the fighters. If you want to talk about that with like, you know, we'll get into Frank and Bella fighting, which is I'm so excited about. We'll talk about that monster. We'll talk about her in an NIL deal. She's richer than both of us already. But with starting a league and the way you're giving back to the fighters, you know, you're talking about health insurance, which most people would say there's a reason why these other major leagues in mixed martial arts doesn't do health insurance, because it's kind of a nightmare, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's what we're doing right now. But it's so fun to talk about healthcare in a past tense. We've done it. Like so many people, you know, in this industry talk about, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, and oh, it'd be really cool if we did this. We've done it. We had our first event where all of our fighters have health insurance that now they're going into their second camp. You know, we have soundbite after soundbite of them being like, I feel so much more confident to go hard in the training camp because they're covered there. And then also what's really different is it's a fighter-owned league. You know, these fighters, they got their shares after their ceremonial weigh-in, like, hey, you fought in this first event, you're gonna be taken care of forever with it. Obviously, shares for one event is lower than if you're with us for years and years and years.
Sure.
But it'll take care of you as much as you put into it. And so for them to have shares each time they fight, they act differently. You know, when you own something, you treat it differently. And so we had fighters with the F3 drink, you know, after they win and they're all sponsoring. We don't have to tell them to do that because they know that they own it.
Yeah, it's good. What's good for you is good for them.
That's one thing that actually Harrison's done a phenomenal job when we first met. Realizing that, like, look, you know, you can be a jack of all trades, a master of none. It's really the expression, and you know, he's a great businessman. But when he started asking about the fight thing, I was like, all right, well, let's start putting some key people in certain roles. And you know what I mean? First, we introduced the first round manager, helped us with the first show, which worked out as a blessing. We were able to have Sofia Magana come over as our COO, and she's been, you know, amazing, you know, and everything from there. Like, we put Brian Lacey. I was like, hey, you need a commentator, you know, Quentin Jackson, Tito Ortiz, brought them in, you know, Galen brought him in to help out now. He was chief marketing operations. And so, like, that was one of the things that first impressed me about Harrison was I was like, hey, look, we got to put these different people to help us out. And then he did. And then started asking, okay, what are the problems with the organization? What's going on? You know, we have people like Tim Sylvia who can't even have his arm fixed. You know what I mean? You know, I'm like, you have guys that fought for years that really helped build a brand on their shoulders.
Legends.
And they're not benefited at all from it. Here they can't even go to Walmart still without, you know, taking pictures and can't help their wife. But, you know, but then there's no financial compensation. So right off the bat, he figured out a way, because that was the thing. Again, like, I didn't know how to get health insurance started for a company or do anything like that. No. He goes, well, that's the problem. He went and got a brokerage. He took care of it. He goes, oh, well, that part I can handle. So that's one thing I think that we're really doing well at the, the United Fight League, is that everybody kind of has like, all right, well, I can handle that. That's my field of expertise, you know, from, you know, Quentin all the way down. And taking their role and knowing how to make sure that this is going to be a company that we fix all those issues. That again, like, you know, what you talk about, like, it's a soundbite with Jake Paul talking about, oh, we're going to start a fight league or a union.
I've heard
it stops there, man. Like, that's it. That's all that ever happens. Hey, whatever happened with that? And it hits a huge, you know, soundbite, but no one ever follows through. Like, we actually now, it's no longer a soundbite. Like, our fighters have health insurance. You know what I mean? Like, it's not we're going to. So we did. You know?
Yeah. So I think that's a way to make a splash. That's for sure in this sport.